With that? Okay. Can you check YouTube?
Yeah.
Just look for Northumberland Ceremony.
Okay. Just a second. Northumberland Settlement Services. Okay.
Let me check if I have something live there. Videos. It should be on now. Yep, it should be. Everything is. Do you have us in YouTube?
Oh, there it is. I was on a different channel. There. Okay. Yep, it's working. No problem. So it wasn't. So it's a different. You've got two channels. So this one is the logo is the county logo.
Oh, wait, you should have sent it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. As soon as it's open, some of them are better to make than some No, you would just, I would give it to you, and you would just hold the trees.
Email me, I'll send it.
Okay. It's really interesting.
Good morning, everyone. I don't know about that. I think there are a few more people than 4 voices that I heard. So we're gonna try that again. Good morning, everyone. Much better, yes. Thank you. Welcome to your Canadian Citizenship Ceremony. My name is Isabel DeFreitas, and I am your clerk for today's ceremony. The ceremony will begin in a few minutes, but before we start, I'm going to go over a few things that you need to know. Today's citizenship ceremony will be presided by presiding official, Captain Retired Kevin Jr. We also have some special guests with us today, and we will be introducing them a little later. Candidates becoming citizens today, you are not permitted to leave this area. If you should need some assistance, please ask one of the IRCC staff to help you. And to the guests, welcome. But please remain in your seats during picture taking, as we will have time after the ceremony to take plenty of photos with the presiding official and the guests. So please do not block the aisleways. It's very important that you take pictures from where you are sitting. I will leave shortly to inform the presiding official that we are ready to begin. When I re-enter the room, I will say, all rise. The ceremony is now in session, at which point everyone in this room will stand. The presiding official and the platform party will enter this room, and they will officially take their place on stage. I will then officially open the ceremony and ask everyone to be seated. Mr. Jr. will deliver his words of welcome, and following that, he will administer the Oath of Citizenship. The ceremony will end with the singing of our national anthem, and we have a performer that will be singing with us today, so we're very excited to have him here. So please take a moment now to turn off your telephone volumes before we start, so that the ceremony is not interrupted. And I will inform the presiding official and the platform party that the ceremony is ready to begin. All rise. The citizenship ceremony is now in session. Please be seated. Mr. Jr., I welcome you to invite Chief Tanner Simpson to open the ceremony.
Ani Bojo, la That's how we say welcome in Anishinaabe, which is the language spoken by the Indigenous people in this area. Good morning. I'm very happy to be here today to celebrate this momentous occasion in your lives. My name is Tanner Simpson, and I am the chief of the local Mississauga First Nation. I'd like to thank the organizers for inviting me and for organizing this wonderful event here on Mississauga territory. Welcome everyone to the Citizenship Ceremony for New Canadians. It is my great honor to welcome you to our land and our country. Canada is a country that was formed by settlers and immigrants. The history is long and it's varied, but we formed a new relationship, and this was it was tested during the early days, in those early years of coexistence. But our Anishinaabe nations always welcomed the newcomers, and we made agreements to share the land and the wealth that came with it. That relationship has had its ups and downs over the years, but we are in a new era of reconciliation where true progress is being made, and we're reconciling past wrongs with future rights. As new Canadians, you are following in the footsteps of others who have come before to call this land their new home. Canada is a multicultural country, and it derives its strength from that diversity. In Canada, we support the different cultures that originated all over the world. These different flavors are what gives Canada its unique position and outlook on world affairs. Canada attempts to be a just country where anyone can be anything when you put your mind and efforts into it. It is the new Canadians that brought innovation and different ways of achieving success. These new ideas then become a part of the fabric of Canada. This country is a rich tapestry of many colors, and that makes it stand out on the world stage. Here in Canada, we have the best of what the entire world has to offer, and that is due to our immigrants, our new Canadians, bringing their ways, values, and culture. First Nations people have been welcoming immigrants and settlers and refugees for 532 years and counting. I'm very happy to continue this tradition, and I can't wait to see what you all accomplish. I look forward to meeting you and hearing your stories, for these stories are now part of Canada's story. We have come a long way together, and we have a long way to go together. You have made Canada a better country by your presence and participation. For that, I would like to thank you all. Miigwech.
Thank you, Chief Tanner. Mr. Junior, in accordance with the provisions of the Citizenship Act, it is my privilege to present to you 48 candidates for citizenship from 13 countries who have met all the requirements of the Citizenship Act and are now ready to take the oath of citizenship, the final legal requirement to become a Canadian citizen. I now invite you to give your opening remarks.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Good morning. Good morning. Everybody doing all right? No? Yes? I'm blessed, honored, humbled to be presiding at this ceremony today. It's an amazing experience to be sitting with this distinguished panel that is here. And we just thank God for the opportunity to be able to represent the government of Canada as we officiate at this ceremony. And thank you, Chief, for the welcome to us today. On behalf of the government of Canada, I welcome you to your citizenship ceremony, and I emphasize your citizenship ceremony. I'd like to acknowledge that we're presiding this ceremony, acknowledge that Northumberland County is located on the Mississauga Anishinaabe territory and is the traditional territory of Mississauga Anishinaabe. Northumberland County respectfully acknowledges that the Mississauga nations are the collective stewards and caretakers of these lands and waters in perpetuity, and that they continue to maintain this responsibility to ensure their health and integrity for generations to come. As Canadians, we're all living on traditional territory of Indigenous peoples. Following today's ceremonies, I encourage you that you do your own research about the territory that you reside on and explore how you can honor Indigenous people in your own way as a new Canadian citizen. It is essential that all Canadians move forward together on the road to reconciliation so that we can leave a proper legacy for future generations. Saturday, July 20th is Canada's Park Day, an excellent occasion to learn about and appreciate the role that our parks play in maintaining healthy and resilient ecosystems, protecting critical habitats and species at risk, and contributing to human health and well-being. I encourage you to take advantage of the beautiful park sites Canada has to offer. Being in nature can have such a positive impact on our mental and physical health and well-being. I encourage you, your family, and your friends to spend the day in a park near you and enjoy our great outcomes. Well, in a few minutes, the reason why you're actually here is you will be sworn in as Canadian citizens. This is a proud moment for you, and again, I am honored to have the opportunity to speak to you directly and to congratulate you personally. It's a very special day for you. It's a milestone in your life. You've embraced this country and now you're about to take this exciting new step. Canadian citizenship comes with rights and responsibilities. As a Canadian citizen, you have the right to live in a democratic country where individual rights and freedoms are respected. You have the right to vote and to run as candidate in municipal, provincial, and federal elections. And we have a representative of all levels of government sitting right here today to demonstrate that you can also do that. You're free to live and work in any province or territory. We all have freedom of expression, and in Canada, people are equal on the law, regardless of your gender expression, gender identity, your race, your religion, or your culture. Canadian citizenship also comes with responsibilities. So basic ones like obeying the law, taking responsibility for oneself and one's family, serving on a jury, voting in elections, protecting and enjoying our heritage and environment, and helping others in the community. Canada is a bilingual country and has two official languages, English and French. You have the right to be served in either official language when you deal with the federal government. Living in Canada, you have the opportunity to learn English and French, and I do encourage you to do so, as this will allow you to experience all that Canada has to offer. Linguistic duality is an integral part of the Canadian identity and a fundamental value of our country. Well, I think I've said a lot, and you're waiting for that moment. So why don't we proceed to that oath? Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Junior. We will now proceed with the Oath of Citizenship. All candidates who are 14 years of age or older are required to take the oath. Children under 14 do not have to repeat the oath, but are welcome to. You must repeat the oath in English or French after Mr. Junior, and you are encouraged to repeat it in both languages as a symbolic gesture of your commitment to respecting Canada's two official languages. You will be repeating the oath as a group. So Mr. Junior will start by saying, "I swear," but you can either say, "I swear," or "I affirm." Would the candidates for citizenship please stand And will the guests also please stand? Candidates, please raise your right hand in this manner. And for those of you that brought a holy book with you, you can place it in your left hand. To the guests, those of you that are already Canadian citizens, if you would like to reaffirm your commitment to Canada, then you can join in and say the oath with the new citizens. Mr. Tuner, the candidates for citizenship are now ready to repeat the oath of citizenship.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. If you repeat after me, I swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty, King Charles III, King of Canada, his heirs and successors, and that I will faithfully observe the laws of Canada, including the Constitution, which recognizes and affirms the Aboriginal and treaty rights of First Nations, Inuit and Métis peoples, and fulfill my duties as a Canadian citizen. Will I do it in French? Je jure que je serai fidèle et porterai sincère allégeance à Sa Majesté le roi Charles III, roi du Canada, et ses héritiers et successeurs, que je servirai fidèlement les lois du Canada, y compris les constitutions, que reconnaît et confirme les droits ancestraux issus des traités des Premières Nations, des Inuits et des Métis, et que je remplirai loyalement les obligations des citoyens canadiens. Congratulations, you're now Canadian.
Please be seated. We're now going to begin the presentation of the certificates. We're going to be calling up one row at a time. Please leave all of your belongings on the chairs. There's no need to bring anything with you. And we're going to form a line here. As we go, we've got staff that will help and guide you as well. The presentation of the certificates is now complete. How does it feel? It must feel different. Right? Feels different to be Canadian, right? Yes. I need a little more enthusiasm than that. Mr. Junior, I now invite you to give your closing remarks.
Thank you, Madam President. Our distinguished guests that are here today, I'd like to congratulate you. And I'd like to start first with the mayor of the municipality of Porto, and deputy governor from Northumberland, and my worship, Elena and Kirsten.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome. I'm wearing two hats today, representing both the Northumberland County as Deputy Warden and as the Mayor of Port Hope. On behalf of Council and staff of both levels of government, it is an honor and privilege to welcome you, our new Canadians, as well as your family and supporters to our community for this very important ceremony. Thank you also to the clerk for sharing your words of welcome and conveying the importance of all Canadians respecting the diverse identities, rights, and self-determination of Indigenous nations within the broader framework of Canadian citizenship. We are here to celebrate the remarkable milestone of Canadian citizenship. As the Warden of the County and Mayor of Port Hope, I'm proud to represent the community, a community that takes pride in embracing diversity, unity, and the values that define our nation. This moment marks a significant chapter in your lives, a moment where you officially become Canadian. Today is filled with hope, promise, and endless possibilities. For many of you, the journey to this moment has been long and demanding. Achieving Canadian citizenship is both a significant responsibility and honor. I applaud each of you for your perseverance and commitment. We embrace your dedication to our shared values of democracy, inclusiveness, and respect for diversity. Here in Northumberland County, our vision is to unite people, partnerships, and possibilities to build a strong and vibrant community. The strength and vibrancy of our community come from the invaluable contributions of our members, including new immigrants. As new Canadians, you play a crucial role in building a community where everybody feels safe, valued, and empowered to share their unique talents and perspectives. Your history, your insights and contributions are now part of our collective identity. We will be enriched by your language, your culture, your skills, and experiences. So take time, as has already been mentioned, to learn about the traditional Indigenous territory on which your community resides and educate yourself about Canada's historic relationship with Indigenous and other cultural communities. Build connection, forge lasting relationships, and get to know your neighbors and your fellow citizens. And become active in your communities and help shape our collective story for future generations. And I say that as a daughter of an immigrant. May your future be filled with joy, prosperity, and a deep sense of belonging. Once again, of the county and Port Hope and our councils, I extend my heartfelt heartfelt congratulations to you on this very significant day. Thank you, and I hope you have a celebratory day. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Commissioner, for those kind words. I'd like to call Minister Piccini, who is currently the Minister of Labor, Immigration, Training, and Skills Development, to add his words.
Thank you. Good morning. Congratulations. The day someone becomes a Canadian citizen is indeed a memorable one. As Minister of Immigration for the province of Ontario, I've had the honor of attending many citizenship ceremonies, and I find each one just as moving as the last. They are, without a doubt, one of the highlights of the work that I get to do. Most new Canadians tell me that even decades later, they still remember the day that they became citizens. This day is special for several reasons, but the most important one is that you take the oath of citizenship. Taking the oath is a fundamental step in the life of a new Canadian. It is really the moment when the person makes a commitment to the Canadian family, to become part of our family, promises to obey the laws of our country, to respect our traditions, to be loyal to our head of state and to our country. This common pledge is the bedrock on which Canadian society rests. Canadian citizenship is not simply about the right to carry a passport or to vote. It defines who we are as Canadians, including our mutual responsibilities to one another and a shared commitment to the common values that are rooted in our great history of Canada. At its best, a citizenship ceremony captures the profound nature of this shared commitment. I'll just end by telling you a story of someone who came to Canada, who, like you, became a citizen, had a son, first son, in the family to go to university. He had a son, and that man stands before you today as Minister of Immigration. So to all of you, my fellow Canadians, congratulations on this profound day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Minister, for sharing your personal journey and highlighting that this is the limit. I'd like to introduce MP Philip Lawrence, who is the Shadow Minister for Federal Economic Development Agency for Eastern, Central, and Southern Ontario.
Welcome, guys, and there are some days in this job that are difficult and challenging, and then there are days like this that are absolutely amazing. And you've heard the stories of the mayor and MVP of being just seeing actually the mayor start to well up with pride is absolutely fabulous. But today is not about politicians; it is about you. And before I get to the substance of my remarks, I just want to say it is absolutely amazing to do this in person. It just did not capture in the Latin term contract law, I'm sorry, I'm a lawyer here, they call it consensus et meum. It's that magical moment when things change. You guys will experience this a number of times throughout your lives if you're young. Some of you may have experienced it. So when you get that diploma, when you graduate high school, it's when you get that marriage certificate. You know what? You know logically that you were the same person you were before, but somehow you feel different. And that's what happens when you're in person. So just amazing. Great to see you guys all get that, your citizenship, and congratulations. But just talking about, you know what, and David touched upon this, like what is a country at the end of the day? Is it land? Is it pieces of brick? Is it our mountains? Is it our resources? Is it our economy? No, ultimately, Canada is a family. Ultimately, it's a unity of purpose and of cause. We work together. And so while we can say you're now one of 37 million people, I don't think that's really the way to think about it. I think you're now in a family of 37 million people that are committed to your success, just as you're committed to all of their success. And I can't wait to see the impact you're going to have on Canada. In accordance to Indigenous culture, and Chief, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, I believe you're supposed to look 7 generations out. So this 50 folks here, in 7 generations, could well be over 1 million people. It could be, in this group, could be the person who cures cancer, who invents a way to fight climate change, who takes that next great step in technology. So the impact you will have is immense. And for that, I say not only welcome, but congratulations and thank you for all the impact you will have on Canada for this generation and 7 generations forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Our next speaker will be Dan Norwick, who is the Director of Strategic Initiatives for Northumberland County.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Northumberland welcomes you for being here today and undertaking this tremendous celebration. And as was mentioned by both the mayor and by David, I too am a first generation Canadian. My father came to Canada in 1947. He'd spent 4 years as forced labor and 2 years in displaced persons camp. And so I really didn't think I was going to get emotional about this, but given the circumstance, it's tremendous to be part of this. He became a Canadian citizen in 1954, and no one was prouder or more privileged to be a Canadian. So from me and my family, congratulations. If I could park that emotionalism aside, there usually is an order of importance to events. 55 years ago today, the first person set foot on the moon. That probably ranks second now, as opposed to this being first. And I think that's something that measure of importance for all of you here. Welcome and thank you very much.
Thank you, President. Our next speaker is Mr. Atif Rashid. Atif, inspirational journey traces back to his road to Pakistan, where he navigated a challenging childhood marked by adversity.
Thank you. Welcome, everyone, dear guests and news Canadians. I remember I took my oath 7 years ago, the feeling. I still remember that. Just close your eyes and just open them back up. Take a mental picture of this house. This is a significant milestone. Today I'm going to open with a beautiful words from Richard Watermel's profound Indigenous poem. He once said, within each of us, there's a residue of the places we come from. We carry the information of our cultures and histories within us, like lead in genes. When we move, when we decide to live in places other than our traditional homes, we carry those histories and information. And those are the things that allow us to dream ourselves into fullness or touchstones. The feel of home we carry between our ribs. Like many of you, my story, my journey to Canada started far from here, in the streets of Pakistan. And I carried not only a suitcase with me, but also a reservoir of dreams, hopes, and spirit to persevere through the challenges I went through. And today we're not only just celebrating our citizenship, but also the journeys, to honor the journeys that brought us here today, all of us. The challenges we embraced, the triumphs we've celebrated. And becoming a Canadian citizen is not just only, doesn't mean that you leave your past behind. Rather, it's an extension of their identities. Embracing their values and cherishing their roots. As an inspirational speaker and resilience coach, I have the honor of turning my pain into empowerment, teaching others that our trials are not barriers, but they're the stepping stones to empowerment. You bring a unique strength to our nation, strength born from diverse culture and multiple backgrounds, multiple cultures. As you take your new role as Canadian citizen, you're not only assuming a title, but also you're activating your unlimited potential to inspire and transform our communities across Canada. So it's my honor to welcome you to your new home. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And just like to add my small voice to congratulating you on becoming a Canadian citizen. And just to say, everyone that's here, as an immigrant, we're blessed to be able to be in a position of privilege so that we can appreciate today. So in closing, I leave you now with my warmest wishes for a long, peaceful, and prosperous life in this your chosen land. I encourage you to get in touch with your families and friends and to celebrate your great achievement today. Congratulations and welcome to the Canadian.
Thank you, Mr. Junior. We now have a special guest with us, Fabian Arciniegas, who will be singing O Canada. I would like everyone to please stand and join in singing O Canada, as this is the first time you will be singing the national anthem as a Canadian citizen. So we're all going to sing loud and proud.
O Canada, our home and native land, to patriot love, ye us command, come over us of il secolo di la tua, ogni sua decine potere, mia ex God, he land, glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
That was amazing. All right, the citizenship ceremony is now closed. Please remain standing while the presiding official and the platform party exits the room.
As we leave again with them, congratulations, and if you can take a moment to thank the clerk and the team that put this event together. They did an outstanding job.
All right, please be seated. Just wanted to confirm that they will stay back for photos. Just trying to figure out where's the best place. So I think we'll do the photos in the front where you first came in. There should be some space out there for photos. So once again, on behalf of IRCC, congratulations to the new Canadians, and thank you to everyone who contributed to the ceremony. Now, before you go today, please check your certificates. Make sure that the front and the back of the certificate is correct. If there are any mistakes, any errors, please come and see me before you leave today. So we will go out shortly to take photos, but before we do that, I want to congratulate everyone and remind you that today is a very special day. You'll want to do something Canadian today. So that means maybe some cake, some poutine, some maple syrup, some Tim Hortons, something Canadian. Just go out and enjoy. It was a pleasure to be here with you today. All the best. So if you want to just leave the room and go back to where you first came in and you entered, I'll make sure that the platform party is out there to take photos with you.